Hi, Joe Cerrone. Welcome to our Zoom meeting for CAD 230 Introduction to SolidWorks. Okay, so as we're winding down with the course, Module 9 and Module 10 are due today. Those are due at 11:30. And the final exam is due on the 28th of July at 11:59 p.m. So with that, you should be working through the content in the modules. There was a couple of glitches with the volume quizzes. And so I'm not requiring the Module 9 and Module 10 volume quiz because we really don't need them. They're assembly drawings. And this is the second time we've run the course with this curriculum. Sebastian did most of the work on it. He's great, does really terrific work. But there were a couple of quizzes that just didn't quite line up. And so I'll fix them as we see the glitches appear. So with that, here's Module 12 and what the final exam will look like. You will need to use HonorLock. If I click on HonorLock here, it'll take me to their website. And you can just request support. You can ask them to chat. Everything should be working for you. If it's not, send me an instant message and let me know, and I'll fix it, because sometimes it's them, sometimes it's me, but they're really quite helpful. And you can just go and you can talk with I'm a student or instructor looking for support, and they'll go through and they'll help you. Switching back here. So you'll need HonorLock. If you're just taking the test the one time, you could just do the one-shot deal for $8. The $12 one gives you a semester if you have more than one class. If you are going to take the CSWA exam, then what I would suggest that you do is that you practice this. I'm going to pause the video. So resuming, as we look at how the test is going to be, I have my own test. And so since the semester was rather short, if you want to take the CSWA exam, I will give you a voucher for that, but you need to request it from me because they're worth $100, and I don't want to just go and put them all out there if nobody's going to take them. But if you do take it and you pass it, it's a really great document to have, and you can kind of build on these certifications. And so you can start with an associate and then build it to a professional. I work with guys that have the professional and the expert license, and they're phenomenal. So if somebody comes in and says, hey, Joe, I got a professional license, do you have any work? I'd be like, yeah, if I have something, you can have it, because those guys know their stuff, and they're not easy exams. So my exam is located under content. And then if we go to Module 12, I updated it. And that's not it. Let's see, where is it? Module 12, final exam. So I updated it so that it just shows the models that we'll be making. And so you'll make these 5 models. And these are the ones that are more like the CSWA, 4 part models and 2 assemblies. And the files are there for you if you do decide to practice for that. But on this recording that I'm making right now, I'm telling you, all you have to do is these 4 parts and this 1 assembly. To take the exam, what you'll do is you'll download the document for the hands-on final. And so we can go here and we can download that. I've already downloaded it. And if I open it, here's what the exam looks like. You can just use a word processor. If you can't open the word processor and need to print it out and scan it, that's fine. But essentially, you can just go here and put your name on it, and then put the date on it, and then follow the instructions. So with these models, they are asking you to assign a given material. So what they'll do is they make them so that you can change some of the values, like the A value, this length. And if I go into the part file here, what you need to do is you need to go and you need to right click on this area right here, and you need to edit the material, and you need to set it. And so for the first material, you need to set it for 6061 aluminum alloy. And what that'll do is it'll set the density for that. And so once you have that material property set, when you go to the mass properties, it'll calculate out the volume and the mass for you. And then what you do is you take those values and you put them into the test. So here's your mass and here's your volume. Also, make sure you put in the unit of measurement, cubic inches or millimeters. So you'll do those three, okay? You'll assign the materials. This one is going to be brass. So if I come here to the second one, some of the materials, it actually does a nice job. It'll actually make it look like brass. And then if we look at our third one here, this one in material is cast steel. And if I look at the fourth one, this material is going to be copper. And I'm not sure, these are the components that I need for the assembly. So you have to draw those components up, and I think there's a pin somewhere that I have to draw also, and then put them together. And you'll need to set those according to the guidelines given on the problem right here. And so once you have that set, you can then do a mass properties for the assembly. And this is how they do these evaluations when you take these exams. And so you can just choose the correct answer for that. Save it, use Pack and Go to turn in the parts for the assembly, and put it into the assignments folder located under assignments, and then module 12 final exam. Also make sure that you take the quizzes and exams. Okay, I might have said this before, but I kind of got distracted. There's a practice final exam. I recommend you take the practice a couple of times before you take the proctored honor lock exam. There's 100 questions. It's pretty rigorous, but we'll use honor lock to take that exam because we want to be able to verify that everybody in the class is who they say they are. That's about it. Everything kind of comes to an end on the 28th. That's the last day of student attendance. We put in grades like a day or two later. If there's anything that comes up, instant message me, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. With that, it's been a pleasure teaching the class. We're not quite through it yet, but if you do have any questions, let me know. And then if you're interested in taking the next set of classes, I do have an excellent instructor for the CAD 232 Intermediate SolidWorks. Mike Durso has been teaching that for quite some time. He's excellent. You can also take the CSWA exam with him in the second semester. So with that, I'm going to end this recording. I'll post it and I'll open things up for questions.